DJs, this is backup tech that everyone should have. I think any mobile DJ can agree that we already have too much shit. However, you can never have enough when it comes to backup. Here's a list of equipment that I believe is great to make sure you are good to go if things go south. Starting with a battery generator, battery generators come in different sizes with varying wattage and varying outputs. Before you start thinking about what size you need, you first need to think about what you're going to use this battery generator for. Then you have to do the math so you know exactly what you need. To do that math, you use a simple formula of watts divided by volts. A Jackery 1000 is 1000 watts, and if we divide that by 120 volts, we get 8.3 amps. So whatever gets plugged into that Jackery needs to stay at or below 8.3 amps of draw. Most small to medium-sized DJ equipment will operate in this range, just not your high-powered speakers. If you're going to use a battery generator for speakers, then you're going to want to know that speaker's RMS wattage. RMS stands for root mean square, and this is the wattage that your speaker can consistently operate at. Unlike peak wattage, which is just the amount of wattage that your amplifier can handle for a brief moment. Also, keep in mind that some devices have surge wattage or startup draw that will exceed normal operating wattage. Luckily, most battery generators come with built-in protection so you won't overload the circuit.
Excellent.
Once you know all your info, then you can start looking at battery generators. To help you understand runtime, here's a few examples. Always remember, the more power draw, the faster the battery discharges. A Jackery 1000 running at a consistent 1000 watts will only get you about 51 minutes of power. Running at 500 watts will get you just around an hour and 42 minutes. Always do your math before you spend your hard-earned cheddar on a battery generator. So what can you even use a battery generator for? Well, that's a good question. I personally use my battery generator for wedding ceremonies. I bring a sound rack with a mixer and built-in microphones and an eVerse 8. I pair that with my Jackery 500. That way I can have power no matter where a wedding ceremony is. It's really awesome.
Hell yeah!
I also carry a Jackery 1000 that I keep as a backup in case the power in the reception area goes out. Now, it's not going to power my full setup, but it will power enough gear to keep the party going for about 2 hours. The next essential item on this list is the Anker Prime charging station. This one charger has 8 outputs, 4 USB-C, 2 AC outlets, and 2 USB-As. The charger has a maximum power output of 240 watts, which is enough to handle 1 or 2 laptops, an iPad, or really whatever USB-powered device you have. The charger is also really smart and will only send the wattage that your device can handle. You should always carry backup power supplies for your devices, and this is one of the easiest ways to do that. Disclaimer, this only counts as a backup power supply if your laptop has a USB-C end that can go into any universal charger. If you're a Mac owner with an M-series chip, you have MagSafe 3. That has a USB-C end on it that can be used with this charger. However, if you're a PC user and your PC has a proprietary laptop charger, then you're not going to be able to use this as a backup power supply. Along with that shiny new power station, you should have backup USB cables. Now, not every USB cable is built the same. Let's break it down. If you have a laptop with a Thunderbolt 4 port, a standard USB-C cable will work in that port. However, you won't get all the speed and benefits of Thunderbolt if you don't use a Thunderbolt cable on that port. If your laptop has USB-C 3.2 Gen 2, then you're going to want to get a USB cord that can handle that speed. This is especially important if you're using that cable to send video signal. Of course, cables with older protocols will work, but you just won't get all the benefits of your port. Then there's charging cables. If you plan on powering your laptop with the USB-C cable, you want to make sure that it's capable of power delivery. Power delivery cables, also known as PD cables, come in varying wattages, so you're going to want to know how many watts your laptop needs to charge so you can really choose the right one. Now, you need to do the research of your laptop to know exactly what you need, but realistically, getting a high-speed cable with power delivery will work 99% of the time. Another great piece of tech that you should consider having in your bag is an iPad. iPads are the #1 selling tablet for numerous reasons, like the vibrant app store and their overall performance. iPads are also a great, cheaper alternative to use as a backup to your laptop, just in case something happens mid-set. If you pair it with something like Algorithm's DJ Pro, if your laptop goes down, you can DJ off of your iPad until you can figure out what's up with your laptop. iPads are also great for ceremonies and cocktail hours. There are also plenty of apps beyond DJ Pro. There are lighting apps, apps to control digital mixers. You can also handle all your daily business functions with an iPad. iPads are a really great complement to your gear. Next is a backup laptop, but I feel like this one's super obvious, so I'm not going to elaborate too much. When buying a backup laptop, remember that it's an emergency laptop. It does not have to have the exact same specs as the laptop that you primarily DJ with, but you want to make sure that it at least has the minimum specs for the DJ software that you're using. If you can swing the cheddar for an identical laptop to your performance laptop, that is amazing, but if you can't, don't feel bad about it. Remember, this laptop is just in case of emergencies.
If you broke, then just say that.
The last thing on this list is some sort of external media like a USB drive or an external SSD to back up your music on. Because you should always back up your music, and you should definitely have that backup music with you at all times. If you use an external drive for your performances already, then you want to make sure you have a second one that's duplicated from that original drive. I can't stress enough that you should have multiple backups of your music. Now, is everything on this list 100% necessary? I would argue yes. You can never go wrong with having backup devices. But leave it in the comments. Do you guys think all this is necessary? Let me know. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. If you found anything valuable in the content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have a bunch of videos focusing on the tech that we use as DJs already on, with a lot more coming down the pipeline. My name is Seth Velez, aka DJ Seth V. This is DJ Tech Tips. Thank you for watching, and we out.